Bought the light, dressed up like symmetry. Lines on a screen, pretending they remember me. Every tickle whisper, you deserve this pain. Like gravity got personal, no one learned my name. I drew my faith in parallel delusion, turned hesitation into execution. Now every candle bleeds into the next. A ledger full of ghosts I can't collect. It wasn't me, it was the timing. It wasn't me, it was the spread. It wasn't me, the whole world tilted just enough to snap the thread. It's not my fault. 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 Your headlines read like loaded questions. Your silence tracing my confessions. I saw the pattern and it saw me first. A mirror trap dressed up as thirst. Every win was just a misdirection. A coin flip rigged by introspection. I'm carving blame into the tape, just so I don't dissolve in choice. Say it's the news, say it's the Fed, say it's the voices in my head, say it's the chart, say it's the game. Anything but say my name. It's not my fault. 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 It's not my
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I have a very special show in store for all of you today. Folks, it is Payday Friday, TGIF, and on top of that, it ain't no normal Friday. Obviously, it's a Payday Friday, but a little bit of an asterisk here. It's OPEX, monthly expiration, and we also happen to be opening up at a brand new all-time high. So for those of you who maybe a week or two ago were a bit worried about your long-term accounts, well, don't you fret anymore, because it should be at new record highs. So let's give a little bit of a round of applause for all retirement accounts, for all 401ks, for all IRAs. As long as you had exposure to the overall market, blue chip, anything really, you're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty darn good early this morning. So obviously a congrats to all of you. I'm getting a message. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience something, ... Are you guys having issues? Are you guys having issues? Thumbs up, thumbs down. I need a very, very quick confirmation from both the world of Rumble and of YouTube that you guys are seeing everything crystal clear. Can I get a quick thumbs up, thumbs down situation? Thumbs up, thumbs down, everything good? I don't know why it's telling me that there's an error. It looks like I'm good. What's going on with my hair today? Why is it so upright? That's not... Also, why is my little astronaut a little bit shorter than normal? That's not good. That's not the best way to start the show. All right, folks. if you were paying attention within the Discord, on stream, or to my Twitter account, you probably know that I didn't have the best trading day yesterday. It wasn't that the market didn't present opportunity. In fact, that's actually kind of why it was so frustrating, is I feel like it presented a lot of opportunity, but it was my psychology. It was poor discipline that led me to not having the best session. When I started the day, I had 20 prop accounts. I lost the 3 new TPTs, so pour one out for them. That was painful. They were brand new, so it wasn't like I had much of a buffer or anything, but still, like, it was embarrassing that I lost them. Yes, the unrealized drawdown does make it a little bit more difficult, but that's not the fault. The fault was 100% my own. Like, it was clearly just I spiraled, I got tilted, I was revenge trading, I was angry. So that sucks. And then I got really tilted and I gave back half the gains that I had when I left you guys. You guys know that I locked in 1.1, 1.2K, stop at break even. That got hit. After I lost those 3 new accounts, I tried to trade more, like just purely out of anger. And I gave back half those gains. So I like had to cut the day. But it was green, but it's still just like kind of embarrassing, if anything. We were just talking in Discord early today that there's nothing more frustrating for a trader knowing what to do and then doing the exact opposite, knowing the odds of the right move and the wrong move, and then somehow finding yourself in that latter camp. So like I said, pretty rough day, I guess, mentally for me. I had to cool off, go to the stair stepper. When I got re-fired up because of stair stepping fraud, I don't know what's going on in the world of life fitness-based stair steppers, but it is legit fraud. Actual straight up fraud. I know I'm going to seem crazy. I tried to show you the photo yesterday and nothing's coming up. The camera's a little bit off. I did do my best to post it to my Instagram story, but it's saying I did 150 flights in 27 and 10 minutes, which I was like, that's a little like slow for me. What's going on? But then I looked at the number of steps, 2,550. If you divide that by 16, that's how many steps are in a flight. I did 159. So, dude, it's fraud, dude. I don't know if this is coming from Big Treadmill. I don't know if it's the future Olympic Committee trying to discourage me from representing the U.S. in the stair-stepping competition, but I am someone out there, some larger entity than myself is committing fraud against me. And if they're committing fraud against me, they're effectively committing fraud against all of us. And this is, I'm no lawyer, I feel like this is grounds for a class action lawsuit. I really feel like this is clear-cut legal grounds for one of the largest stair-stepping lawsuits ever known to man. But anyway, between the training session, the fraud committed at the gym, I had to up it. I know a lot of the times when I'm not having a good time, the next day I have to wear my Lucky Buffalo shirt. But because of everything in my life just not going the right way, I had to up the ante, and I did officially move to my MILF shirt. So we're going to do everything we can in our power today to put ourselves on the right side of karma, the right side of luck. We're trying to do everything to get into the good graces of the market gods, and let's see if this one works. I don't normally break this one out. Yeah, I usually break out my luckiest of all t-shirts when we gotta move heaven and earth to get these gains. So today's going to be one of those days. Why the pump? Because of the shirt, folks. Like, you're already seeing the power of this shirt already in the market. Not only are we opening up at a new all-time high, we are opening up at a sky high new all-time high. You're already seeing it. The pure luck, the pure power from this shirt is already oozing out. It can't control itself. It's causing the market to rip higher and higher and higher, which is going to cause all my put credit spreads to be closed out for a nice profit right at market open. So excited to see that. But let's see if we can continue, I guess, these good vibes into the actual futures trading. Wow, I was thinking about going long at 640, 540. We're already at 800, folks. This is fucking ripping. This is absolutely ripping. And we have a little bit of a breaking, right here. Here's the hot news of the day early this morning. Oil prices tumbled more than 9% as Iran declares Strait of Hormuz open. That is the news if you missed it, and it is causing oil to plummet to almost under 80 a barrel. Not long ago, it was trading at 94. It's now at 80. It's down 15%. S&P 500 ripping like no other. It's already up 1% this morning. This is a brand new all-time high. The Nasdaq's up 1.22%. Once again, another new all-time high. We're breaking all sorts of records. I'll be breaking it down for you. But for anyone who's been riding this overall move to the upside, a huge congrats. It all turned really as we got into the month of April. And if we were to open right now, we'd be at 7,105. We're literally we're all the way up here where my cursors. We're 50 points above the high from yesterday. Not the closing value. We're almost 65 points above the closing value from yesterday. And that was the record. So short-lived record, a record nonetheless. But if we were to open right now, the S&P 500 would be at 7,105. Obviously, you could see the SPY and the Qs here. Bitcoin ripping. It's at 76,000. Volatility has to be collapsing. Yeah, it's down at 17. Folks, the bulls are in control. Dow futures rally 500 points after Iran declares Strait of Hormuz open amid Lebanon ceasefire. So lots to chit-chat about. Trump bets economic pain will finally force Iran to reopen trade. This was actually an update as of last night, so it's already old news. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are rightfully more excited about the breaking news as of this morning, but this was already in a certain sense being telegraphed. I mean, the news coming out over the past, week and really the past 24 hours was already pretty positive. And remember, even though it's not really a done deal, like, are we done with Iran? Obviously not. But remember, the market is a forward-looking mechanism. It's not exactly the economy. The economy is more of a real-time thing, a little bit of a laggard, while the stock market is betting on where things are going. And from the stock market, you can see that they are betting on things resolving rather quickly. Trump says war in Iran is going swimmingly and should be ending pretty soon. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, you might be thinking, Matt, hasn't he said this like 12 times over the past month? Yeah, you're right. But this time around, once again, according to the market, they actually believe him this time, which is a big, big pivot. The push for Israel-Lebanon peace risks a new confrontation with Hezbollah. So Israel's kind of been the thorn in the U.S.'s side for getting this done. Obviously, we've wanted this ceasefire with Iran, but then Israel kept lobbing bombs at Lebanon. 2 days ago, there was a chit-chat in Washington between the representatives of Israel and Lebanon. Apparently, it went well, so it's still a little bit of a risk, but once again, coming back to actual price market, actual action, the price market, actual price action within the market, it's saying that the risks are not that high. Oil falls as Trump reiterates Iran war should end soon and Israel-Lebanon truce lifts hope. So it's going to be falling. I mean, obviously, I brought this up to just illustrate, like, look at the daily chart here. It's just plummeting. I told you on the breakdown of the mid-80s, look for a quick capitulation into low 80s. And from there, I actually think this is going to be vomiting down to the low 70s. Like, I'm looking for a very quick puke in the world of oil. Unfortunately for me, I don't have my swing account in futures set up, like, to be holding this for multiple days, but I would love to do that with oil. I think that's actually a very strong move at this moment in time. Israel-Lebanon truce in force as Trump eyes imminent Iran deal. Once again, this was from yesterday, so it's a little bit of old news. We already have more exciting breaking news as of this morning of opening up the strait coming from Iran's side, but like I said before, this was kind of being telegraphed. Is the audio on? It is.
We're doing very well, I can tell you. Maybe it'll happen before that. I'm not sure it needs to be extended. Just so you know, Iran wants to make a deal, and we're dealing very nicely with them. We've got to have no nuclear weapons. If we do, that's a big factor. And they're willing to do things today that they weren't willing to do 2 months ago.
There's a next in-person round of negotiations on the war in Iran. When will that take place?
They're all important. I mean, it's not a question of around. All of them are
When
important.
will the next in-person
Probably,
meeting take
maybe
place?
over the weekend.
Will you send the vice president?
Maybe
Mr. President, will you send the vice
Just so you
president?
understand, the blockade has been incredible. It's held. They're not doing any business. They're unable to do any business because of the blockade. And so the combination of having no Navy, having no Air Force, having no anti-aircraft equipment. They have nothing. Everything is gone, including their leaders. Now they have a new set of leaders, and we find them very reasonable.
And is the president on a 20-year minimum to stop enriching uranium? Would you?
Well, we haven't agreed to any. We haven't agreed to any.
Would that be acceptable to you, sir, if that's the final sticking point?
What we have is we have a statement, very powerful statement, that they will not have beyond 20 years, that they will not have nuclear weapons. That's beyond. There's no 20-year limit.
So once again, that was from yesterday, just to give you the timeline. Obviously, since then, things have very much sped up in a positive manner. Trump says gas prices not very high, as most U.S. voters blame him for price spike. Well, it was literally his fault, and prices are objectively extremely high, but it does seem to be temporary. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, within the coming weeks, coming months, we come back to quote unquote normal. Remember, all of this, I believe, contextually is happening for the big setup between the meeting of President Trump and President Xi. Xi welcomes slew of world leaders as Trump fights allies. China's Beijing, they're kind of doing something interesting. Before this meeting between the U.S. and China, China is actively meeting with many, many world powers, and I'm a little hesitant to make any conjecture on what this might or might not mean. I am not a political expert. I'm not a military expert. I think we have to sit back and see how this plays out. But I can tell you this now, as we're halfway through April. Previously, we were talking about Mexico. Before that, Venezuela, a little bit of Cuba. Way before that, we were talking about Greenland. I think the next big story is going to be the U.S. and China and what's going on. We know that the Treasury Secretary of the U.S., Bissett, has already been speaking with representatives and his counterpart in China, kind of setting up what this summit's going to be. So I think we're going to be shifting gears very soon. I think here's what's going to happen in terms of the major news impacting our lives right now. The news was really the start of Iran. Is it happening? Is it not happening? Now the news is the end of it, and how good is that going to be for the market? This is going to be playing into earnings season, which is now fully underway. By the way, Netflix just got their shit clocked. From there, as we get into the month of May, I think it's going to be a lot more of what's going on with China. So I want everyone to get your brain kind of geared up for what this next big move is, but it's going to be the next big cycle in media, in the economy, and thus also the stock market. Completely different gear. Kevin Warsh wants to lead a scandal-ridden Fed. His wealth is a complication. Another subplot that we have to pay attention to is, remember, in the month of May, technically, Chair Powell's term is over as chair. Generally, you still stay on as the board, but the issue here is Kevin Warsh hasn't been approved by the Senate quite yet. And yeah, they might rush him through. There's going to be some issues that it might be a little bit later. So yes, China's going to be important. Earnings season is going to be important, but it's not so often that you see a switch in the Fed chair, and we might be seeing that next month. So it's a very important subplot that I want you guys to know of. And when I saw this, I guess two things I want to say here. Number one, his wealth is a complication. I was like, well, how much is he actually worth? Kevin Warsh's financial disclosure this week lists holdings of at least $100 million in funds, where he says he can't reveal the underlying assets. First of all, that's a shitload of money. Second of all, it's a little bit sus that he can't reveal it. What? The Fed chair can't tell us where his money is, and we expect him to be basically in control of the US dollar? That's a little bit interesting. And obviously $100 million, well, that's about 100 million more than most of us have. But then I kept reading, and the numbers got even crazier. Warsh in filings to Senate on Tuesday disclosed owning assets worth roughly 135 to 226 million. I love the fact that there's almost $100 million potential differential, but it doesn't stop there. This is in addition to what Forbes estimates as a $1.9 billion fortune held by his wife. So he's poor as fuck, worth $200 million. And then his wife, who's the real bread earner in the family, is worth almost $2 billion. $1.9 billion fortune held by his wife. And it's from the Estée Lauder. She's the granddaughter of the founder of that company. So this is by far going to be the most wealthy, the most successful person from capitalism, or I should say marriage, to ever be the Fed chair. So I want to put that out there, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit, especially from you Trump, MAGA, Rumble supporters over here of like, no, Trump never makes a mistake. This is the right guy to go in. Remember, From here on out, whenever Warsh makes any decision, you have to look at it through the lens that the motherfucker is a legit billionaire. So that might be good because he might be like, yo, we need the market really high because I'm in the market. That it might benefit us. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but remember, this isn't just fucking Joe Schmo who has a couple shekels in his bank account. This is a guy representing his own billionaire family. His own billionaire family is now going to be. Clearly, he is going to be in control of the US dollar. So I wanted to share that with all of you. To no surprise, Pocahontas here, she is against the nomination. She has said some all right things in her life, but she really does seem to like speed run saying the dumbest shit ever. It's just because it was tax day. I want to share this little ditty with you. Elizabeth Warren, as of April 15th, 2 days ago, Tesla paid $0 in federal income taxes in 2025, despite making $5.7 billion. This tax day, remember that you have paid more in taxes than a multi-billion-dollar company, all thanks to corporate tax breaks from Trump's one big beautiful bill. This is verifiably false. She's a lying fucking scumbag. Matt, why do you think she's a lying fucking scumbag? Well, because I think she's actually somewhat intelligent. I don't think that's necessarily moral. Remember, being intelligent and being moral, there's no correlation there. She is smart enough to know what she is saying is actively a lie. That's why I'm calling her a lying fucking scumbag. She's lying because I think she actively knows the truth and is saying the opposite. She knows this has nothing to do with the one big beautiful bill. And then I'm calling her a fucking scumbag because she's actively throwing gasoline on the polarization of modern day politics, which is causing clear issues for our country. So that is basically why she's a lying fucking scumbag. So for those of you who don't know, and this is pretty much true, whenever you hear all these companies, they never pay taxes, that's a lie. People, do 5 seconds of research and you're going to realize it's a lie. To no one's surprise, she got community noted. But really the big hero here, I guess in this particular fight, the guy who completely curb stomped her was actually Martin Shkreli, the farmer bro. But anyway, Tesla reported $0 in current federal income taxes for 2025 due to net operating loss carryforwards from prior years and longstanding tax credits like R&D, not specific corporate tax breaks from Trump's one big beautiful bill. So to be very clear here, Trump's one big beautiful bill had nothing to do with this. It's all because Tesla as a company took on massive risks years ago and had gigantic losses and then work hard enough to finally get out of the point where, okay, they have those losses carry over and they're still paying off those losses. And like I said, hats off to Martin Shkreli because he completely clocked her. Number one, you make the rules. I think number one is number one for a reason. Imagine pissing and moaning about people not paying taxes when you are the person who gets to decide what the tax code is. That is the best point. So whenever you see a politician ever complaining about taxes, remember, they're the people who get to control it, folks. If I complain about it, what am I going to do? I'm not a politician. I can't cast my vote and change the tax code. I can't change laws. I don't have inputs on bills, but they do. So stop fucking bitching and moaning about it and get to work. Number two, NOLs. Tesla took huge risk and made huge losses for a long time. They took on the risk starting off as a company, and if you have big losses, you get to carry that forward until you pay it off. Massive success in Tesla stock creates a deduction, didn't come from BBB, and has been in the tax code for decades, literally for decades. So this entire thing is silly. And then finally, Biden's Inflation Reduction Act gave Tesla extra credit. So this entire thing of like, oh, you have tax credits. Well, the only reason they have the tax credits right now is because of Biden. It's not because of Trump. In fact, Trump's one big beautiful bill has nothing to do with the taxable situation of Tesla. And even from there, yes, they're still going to pay payroll tax. There are still taxes that go to, let's call it the federal cash register, with payroll being the number one. So, like I said, the TLDR here is in this particular circumstance, this particular one, Pocahontas, aka Elizabeth Warren, is a lying fucking scumbag. I haven't read it, but Bernie Sanders is probably going to be doing the same thing. I find this particularly annoying because every single tax season, you're going to find people trying to point this out. And I want to be clear. There's a lot of fraud and bullshit that goes on in taxes. So I get frustrated as a taxpayer when politicians are cosplaying, trying to get their voter base to say, look, they're saying the right thing, I'm going to vote for them again, instead of actually focusing on the real issue with taxes. How about point out all this fucking fraud that's going on? How about point out the bloat in the actual government ecosystem? There are so many things that taxpayers legitimately should be angry about. There are so many aspects of the tax code that we should be fighting to change. And the fact that some of our elected politicians are choosing to just do this, like, I don't know, virtue signaling for no reason based on active fucking lies. It is disgusting, and it is doing nothing but increasing the polarization in our country, making it harder for the right progressive steps to be made. So am I fired up about it? Yes. As a taxpayer, knowing that I'm funding silly fucking wars, knowing that I'm funding legitimate fraud, knowing that some of my taxpayer dollars are literally going to fund fucking terrorism, and then yet these fucking dweebs are coming on the internet saying, okay, I got a virtue signal today. And then they choose to lie about it. Fucking lie about it too. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So obviously applause to Martin Shkreli on this one, and fuck you to Elizabeth Warren. All right. With respect to today, yes, we are going to be clocking new all-time highs. Oil is collapsing. Vol is collapsing. Actually, the one equity that's just not doing well right now is actually Netflix, currently down 10.3% because of their earnings, but more on that in 1 second. In terms of scheduled events, there's nothing on the docket today, but of course, we might be getting news as it relates to Iran. Remember, we are in earnings season. We just heard from Netflix, and it was not good. Netflix shares tank on weak forecast. It was no bueno, mi amigo. Netflix stock sinks after streamer reiterates guidance, says Reed Hastings to exit board. The numbers weren't good. The big reveal was that they're going to be doing vertical, like short form content on Netflix. Obviously, the market not reacting well, the stock not reacting well, but I don't know if the overall market cares at all because it is ripping. Retail traders pile into Allbirds after odd AI pivot. History shows it won't end well. This is your warning. If you are trying to pay this pump and dump in the world of Bird, it will not end well. This is going to be a very short-term thing. If you caught it early, congrats to you. Get your stop to break even, ride the trend as long as you can. But this is a joke. If you want to play a lower cap stock that has huge potential, squeeze potential, and is actually in the world of AI infrastructure, Rumble is your play. This is a pump and dump. I'm telling you this will end poorly. If you don't want to heed my warning, I don't really care. But if you want a better opportunity, check out what's going on with Rumble. I have a post detailing the actual numbers with actual evidence. Where is it? Right here. Birds had an impressive pump. I posted it on the 15th. Not only did I give my breakdown of it, I showed proof. I gave you the links. You can come up with your own opinion. But if you're looking for more of a quote unquote cheaper valued stock right now with that potential, the undervalued nature of AI, Rumble is a far better play than Allbirds. And obviously my explanation is up on Twitter. But turning back to the overall market, check this out. The Nasdaq trades green for 12 straight days, its longest winning streak in nearly 17 years. And based on how things are going today, to conclude the week, very good chance that it's going to be its best run ever since the inception of the Nasdaq. So NDX bottomed out at the end of March, and ever since then, as of yesterday, we are up 14.7%, and in pre-market trading now, we are up even more. First of all, a round of applause to everyone who caught this move, but it's more impressive than you could possibly imagine. The Nasdaq 100 is up 12 days in a row. The index started in 1985, and only 7 other times has it been up this many days in a row. 1 year later, it was up every single time. For those of you who are interested in the statistics and the numbers and the conditional probabilities of the market, every single time the Nasdaq has been on a streak such as this one, ever since its inception, if you fast forward 1 year later, it's been up every single time with an average and a median return of 19%. So could this time be slightly different? Maybe, but I like those odds. And then it gets even better. Recession this year, the odds of it plummeting. Not long ago, we were above 50%. and it's pushing lower and lower. I'm very excited for the remainder of this year. And on that note, dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. All right, we have a couple of things to go over before we really turn it back to the market. But let me get up SPX. You should know that. Nope, we don't need that. Yes, leave that. You should know that there are downside gap fills. The downside gap fill on SPY is to 702.78. On QQQ, it is 642.18. And on SPX, it is 7051. So we are currently trading at 7,009.2. Obviously, 100 is a big level. Remember, right now, it's happening in real time is OPEX. So the monthly contracts are expiring right now, which is exactly why on Spot Gamma, you can kind of see a jump in the Gamma chart from like right here before market open to after market open. So we are going through the process of monthly expiration right now. I'm very excited to see how the positions decide to shuffle. So let's wait on that. Let me get you guys the options flow. Just trying to get ready for this. I'm not trying to trade anything out of the gate. I want to see how things settle because once again, it is OPEX. So I feel like no need whatsoever to be rushing anything today whatsoever at all. So we have that. Let me get this. Let me get this. We do not need that. I'm just setting up everything so it looks nice and pretty for you folks. All right, good. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, do so. It comes to your email inbox every single Sunday, 10 a.m. Beyond that, throughout the week, I try to be as transparent as I can and give you guys the trader report. But as you can see, I give you a breakdown on Sundays of what's happening in the market, cheat sheet for all the earnings, cheat sheet for all the major macroeconomic events, and then probably most useful is the seasonality of each individual day. For today, Friday, April the 17th, looking at the past 27 years worth of information, the bulls have won this day 3 out of every 4 times, aka 75%. So the bias is very much leaning bullish. Here's a look at the hypothetical equity curve you would have if you bought it open, sold at close on the S&P 500 futures market. This is the day that's not 100% dominated by the bulls, but it is very much 75% dominated by the bulls. So like I said, I give this out for free. Just sign up, mattkohrs.locals.com. My mod right there putting in chat, my producer putting it in chat. Shout out to Chaos. Good morning, TGIF. So sign up. You don't need a code or anything like that. Just drop your email in and you're going to be on the newsletter list. All right. And because it is Friday, TGIF, folks, happy Payday Friday. Actually, I don't think this one is pinned. So let me pin this to the top of chat. It is in the description of the video, but I just want you guys to be able to find it quickly. I am pinning it right now. So if you haven't already, make sure to take advantage of this. This is the freebie giveaway. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. It is a freebie giveaway. Not only are we doing 5 take profit accounts, 5 Vanquish accounts, we're doing $150 of cold hard cash. It is pinned to the top of chat right now, or you could come to my Twitter. This is free for everyone. FREE. We are celebrating Friday. We are celebrating OPEX. We are celebrating making some tendies. Everyone should get involved. And actually, a little bit of a specialty shout out. This is our first time ever partnering with Take Profit Trader, TPT, for a Payday Friday. So if you want to keep it going with TPT, if you want to take advantage of it, use that code Goonie, 40% off, no activation fee. The more our community supports TPT, the more giveaway accounts we are going to be able to get. I spoke with my representative, my contact at TPT earlier this week. That's how we were able to start this first one. I basically said, hey man, give my community a shot, give us some free accounts. I really think that they're going to show you some love in return. And then he said, cool, if you guys do, I'll get you even more accounts. So if you want these Payday Fridays to have more accounts, more money, just make them bigger and better. If you want a TPT account, once again, 40% off, no activation fee. Make sure you use that code Goonie, and they will be tracking specifically how many people use that code Goonie today. And hopefully we can make it even bigger in the future. But on that note, I actually do have something cool to show you. I got my first payout of the year from TPT, and I just want to kind of show you that proof. I did take a screenshot. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Was it this one? So as of yesterday, I passed it. Oh, that is way too small. Can you guys see this? Boom. I got paid out $13,480. That was after the 80-20 split. And what I actually requested was $16,850. And for those of you who might be thinking, Matt, what proof is that? Well, I did take another screenshot that actually shows it better, but I thought it was maybe a little bit less exciting. But you can see there, as of last night, right after market close, 4,000, 4,000, 2,736, 2,744. Put that all together, and once again, that is 6,850. And then after the 80-20 split, my cut of it was the 13,480 that I showed you. Got all that money yesterday. That was from just 2 accounts on TPT, which is really fun because they do have daily payouts. So as soon as you can get over that initial buffer, I really like it. I really, really like it. So my first TPT payout of the year. I have gotten payouts from them previously, but this is my first one of the calendar year because I seemingly just like get in my head about trading on these accounts with them, especially on Thursdays for whatever reason. So very pleased to announce to all of you locking in my first payout, and it's a nice one. 13,000. I'm definitely not going to cry. Obviously, I wish it was the 16/17,000, but hey, the 80-20 splits there because their other rules are so good, i.e. the daily payout. So it's going to be what it's going to be. I even use the code Goonie at my locals farmer market. It doesn't work, but I use it. Wait, it should be working at your locals farmer market. Is anyone else experiencing that issue? That code Goonie didn't work at your local farmers market? Because that's a problem. I'll reach out to my representative at local farmers markets, but that's not right. It should be working for whatever the best deal is there. I'll look into that, but are other people experiencing that issue, or is it just you, Meeper? Is it just you, or is it? It might be your specific local farmers market that maybe there is an issue, maybe there's a technical issue. I'll try it next time. Yeah. So if anyone's going to a local farmers market this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, try that out. It works for me. I got a free gourd. Okay. That's a common one right now. Most people are getting free gourds. Does it work for OnlyFans? Specifically feet OnlyFans? It should. Does it work at Ross? I like to dress for less. No, it doesn't work. I refuse to work with Ross. I don't like shopping at stores named after just a random dude. That's just like more of a philosophical take on my life. It does work on onlyfeet.com/Matt Kohrs. Does it work at a massage parlor? If you go to the right type, yes. I tried Goonie to buy live cattle the other day and it wasn't accepted. Not the futures contract, but actual cattle. Dude, that's another weird one. I think generally for live cattle, if you use that code Goonie, it should be buy one, get one. If you are using it on live cattle, it should be buyable, gettable. Bobo. Baba, buyable, gettable. Bob something. But it should be buyable, gettable if you are buying live cattle this weekend. Very important. So for anyone in the live cattle market, you should be well aware of that. All right, right now, out of the gate, momentum is looking good. We almost have formed the 10-minute Orbo. We have almost formed the 10-minute Orbo. Obviously, we're at 7,100. The question is there going to be some profit taking, or are we going to pop right up to 125, which is the key next positive gamma level? So pay attention to that. Wow, this is way off. This is our pre-market range on NQ. Definitely something to be looking at. Maybe some interesting targets. The pre-market high is 26,817, almost 18. So wow, 120 points above where we are right now. Very, very interesting. All right, we have that. Okay. Reminder, Payday Friday. Shout out to TPT. This is our first time with them. Anyone who wants to buy one of those, 40% off. No activation fee. Use the code Goonie. Remember, there's no consistency rule, and there are daily payouts. I love it. And then Vanquish, this is for options. You could get 50% off with code Goonie. Vanquish for options, TPT for futures. Show both of them a little bit of love, whether you like to trade options or futures or both. Code Goonie will be working. We're going to be doing the giveaway around 10:30 today. We're not just giving away 10 prop accounts, but we're also going to be doing a marbles race for $150 of cold hard cash. So I hope you guys have been prepping up for that. Here's a look at flow. The SPY is slightly down. The Mag 7 is actually nicely up, and the Nasdaq is trending up. So options flow telling a little bit of a different story. Mag 7 up, SPY slightly down. Maybe we'll see how that one's going to play out. There are clear downside gap fills. Downside gap fill 642.18, clear downside gap fill all the way to 702.78. Oil plummeting, it is down 14%, currently trading at 81. And Netflix, because of earnings, it is down quite a bit, down 11%. But really, the rest of the world's looking good. Microsoft up, Meta up, Palantir up, Google up, Apple up. Oh, but giving some back, but green on the day. Tesla almost tagged 400, exactly tagged 400. Nvidia's looking good. It's at 200. Bitcoin's looking good. Whereas TSM is up. Avago is up. Rum's up even more. Rum's pop. I think people are finally realizing that Rum is much more of an AI infra play than anything else. Legends. I need to switch my accounts. We're cooking it today, folks. We have 4 pro accounts. 2 are brand new because that's all I had passed yesterday after I blew up the 3. These ones were at 163, but I took 8K out from both of them. And then I have some fresh evals. I'm still trading on all 5 of my funded legends. I'm still trading on all 5 of my funded Tradeifys. I'm still trading on all 5 of my funded FFNs. I did not trade today. These are my gains from yesterday. It was being reported that there were some rhythmic issues overnight. So that's what you're seeing right there. And then these numbered accounts are my brand new funded live Lucid accounts, officially gone live. So let's get ready. Let's get ready for some shenanigans today. Let's get ready for some shenanigans today. Some shenanigans. I need to, obviously my bias is bullish. It'd be crazy to not be bullish. We touched VWAP 1, 2, 3, 4 times. A little bit of a fake out. That was a good trade. It just didn't work. If you took that long at 700, I don't blame you. It's unfortunate. It just didn't follow through. But bounce, 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 recapture the level, fresh high, breakout, just didn't follow through for you. I don't mind it at all. If you took that trade, maybe you're still in it. Maybe your risk is, I still think it's a pretty acceptable trade. Maybe we bounce for the 4th distinct time. Once again, on the screen, the orange dash line is your regular trading hours VWAP. Your regular trading hours VWAP. Wow. We are moving very, very quickly today. Very, very quickly today. We are moving 30, 40 points like it is absolutely nothing.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
All right. Let's see how we could do this. Let's see how we could do it. Let's see if the lucky shirt is actually going to be lucky today. Let's see. I just need it to go a little bit more. A little bit more, and then we're going to make it a free trade. That's all I need it. All I need it. Stop's already there. We're not risking the most. We're risking 20 points for a day like today. That is not bad whatsoever. I kind of like the time. We got that 10-minute Orbo. I'm seeing some strength. But let's see if it can hold 700. Remember, the game is effectively 50-50. It's all about your risk management. Let's see. Come on. Recapture 700. A little bit of a fake out. That's unfortunate for me. It kind of double topped at that intraday high. Momentum is very, very bullish at this moment. SPY's down, but see the Mag 7's up. Mag 7 is up. I'm just trying to not get tilted like I did yesterday. Not that I lost money yesterday. I did lose 3 of the new TPT accounts, but is Netflix going to... Netflix may be climbing back a little bit. It's the worst one on my watch list exclusively because of the earnings in the market. Very much not liking the earnings. What I'm seeing right here is SPX is battling it out at 7,100. All right, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Come on. Let's take it out. Let's take it out. Let's take it out. Shit. Triple top? So it's triple top, but it's higher lows. Let's see what's going on. I see a lot of sellers at 720. Here's a quick peek at book map right there, 720. There's a lot of sitting sellers, but then we have the point of control, the POC at 700. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, brother. Oh, that guy. Yeah, we're just...
Order filled.
All right, I got knocked out for break even. Small loss. I gave it a shot. It's just this triple top. There's too many people there. My goal is just to keep things in control today. Basically keeping my sizing reasonable. Don't really want to take on the risk more than one contract. That to me was a legitimate, acceptable trade. It was with momentum. It was with the Mag 7 flow. We just didn't have enough oomph. We didn't have enough follow through to get through at 720. There are many times that this trade will work out magically. It just didn't happen this time. So it happens. Remember, most of day trading is going to be 50-50. I see someone in chat saying, ouch, you have to get used to this. You're going to be wrong half the time. The key to being profitable is how do you react to that? Can you keep your losses manageable? I got knocked out at a little bit of slippage. I was there at 80, knocked me out at 79. It would be way worse off right now. It's when you are wrong, get out quickly. That's the name of the game, is when you are wrong, admit you are wrong and get flat as quickly as you can, and then get ready for the next one, which is literally the polar opposite of what I was doing yesterday, where I was just hoping that it would go in my favor, and then I got lucky, and then from there I just had stupid order management mistakes. But remember this idea of ouch, folks, this is a 50-50 game. Welcome to the game. You're going to be right half the time, wrong half the time. Profitable traders, the differential is how do you react to those situations. Just trade your system without bias. There's an edge in taking your loss. Exactly. 100% spot on. 100% spot on. So if I held that, I would be back where I just got knocked out. But remember, in the meantime, I would have been down an additional $1,000. So at the worst, I would have seen down 1.5K. So yeah, this could easily bounce back in my favor. It does happen, and you have to get used to it. It's just how this game goes. Is it fun? No. In fact, it could be actually noteworthy in how painful it can be. All right, I'm paying attention to this system. Oh, brother. I'm waiting for this system to fire. I was almost about to manually trade that, but I'm now waiting for Icarus to tell me to actually trade. I'm trying to be as emotionless and robotic as I personally possibly can today. Just trying to do exactly what I should be doing.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Once again, we are just trying to take a reasonable shot at the situation. Reasonable shot. If you're wrong, admit you're wrong, move on. You can't cry over spilled milk. There is no crying in the casino. No one gives a shit if you're winning, if you're losing. You have to manage your positions. You have to manage your trades. I was very, very close on that first one to go into break even. We just, unfortunately, to the tune of 1 point, didn't make a fresh high. So had we gone above 20, I would have gone to break even. I would have gotten knocked out at break even, and I would be flat on the day. Instead, I still had to carry my 1 unit of risk, but that's all right. If you go down 1 unit, but then have your next trade is a 5-unit return, you're good to go. You're good to go, team. Come on, take out 20 so I could go free. Let's go fishing. I want to go fishing today, folks. Shit. I want to go fishing today. Come on. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Bounce off of 700. Hold 700. Don't be another fake out. Don't be another fake out. Come on, take out 20. I'm just trying to hit this free trade button, folks. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, boom. And we're fishing. And we're fishing. Risk is off the table. And obviously, if I get knocked out, I'm still down whatever my first realized loss was. But we're cooking. It's NQ. This is the Nasdaq. It's the Nasdaq futures contract, NQ. So it's going to be perfectly correlated with QQQ and NDX, but it is the NQ futures contract. So it's trading the Nasdaq, but it's on the futures market. Whenever you see Ninja, which is the platform you see on the screen right now, this is for trading futures. That's what I use it for. This is for futures, and then I use public for options. That's the main thing that I trade is options and futures. A lot of the time when I'm trading options, I'm selling premium because that's where the real advantage is. I know sometimes if you go long premium and you're on the right side of a big move, it can look awesome, and it is awesome. But the math to be profitable by quite a bit in the long run more so involves really just selling premium. So I trade options, I trade futures. I like to have directional plays with futures, and I like to basically have, I guess, vol crush plays is the best way to say it with options. So whatever, this play, obviously, I hope it doesn't knock me out, but we're going to be finding out pretty soon. I like that my fill is below 700, so I might get protected there if it knocks it. This horizontal line is exactly 700. So we were having issues there, and I'm hoping that we have some buyers there. It is the point of control, the POC, as in that's where most volume thus far today has been traded at. But will it hold? Will it not hold? Time will tell. Obviously, I don't want to get knocked out because I actually need us at roughly this level to be break even on the accounts, roughly 718, 720. So I'm hoping that this acts as support, and even if it doesn't, I'm protecting myself. We'll move that up a little bit. And other than that, I'm looking for this to pop. My reach target, and I'm not saying I will hold it to this in value, but my reach target is the pre-market high. The pre-market high on NQ is 817.75. So that's about 100 points above where we are right now. If you're looking for the rough level on the Nasdaq or on QQQ, where was it? I don't know. It's around 648.50 roughly. But I don't know if it's going to follow through or not. I don't know if it's going to follow through at this moment. Is this going to be knocking me out? Hopefully it doesn't. It might, because that's VWAP. It might be a little bit of a VWAP retest. I might get lucky. It might hold exactly at 700.
Order fill. Order fill.
It knocked me out for break even. Well, we gave it a reasonable try, and it just didn't work that time. Sometimes you go fishing and you don't catch anything. Sometimes you go fishing and it knocks you out for break even, and then you're forced right back into the play.
Order filled. Order submitted.
That's a bummer. It knocked me out to the tick. Just how unlucky I could possibly get. Knocked me out to the tick, and I would now be up by 20 points. I'd almost be back to break even. So sometimes that happens. But the big lesson there is you can't let it mess with you, because in other situations, it would legitimately keep going, and then you go from out for break even to an actual loss. So as much as you could play this, if I show you this right here, no one can be 100% sure that it's actually going to bounce. If you're playing the game of like, no, I know it's going to bounce. Yeah, you might be right 9 out of 10 times, but it's that 10th time that we actually break and vomit all the way down here. And now you have a big loss on your hands. So you have to use your risk management, behave in a way that, no, it's just not going to break in your favor. It's not going to break in your favor. So that's one of the beautiful things about trading futures is there's no pattern day trading. I know in the world of options and equities and ETFs, we're getting closer to no pattern day trading, but there is still pattern day trading. So one of the things I like the most about futures, I'm giving it a shot here. If I wanted to, I could give it room down to 71. Do I want to do that? 71, that's 40 points. I don't like it the most. No, I think I have to be pretty tight with this risk here. Hopefully it just bounces at 700. I'm willing to take many, many paper cuts and just keep my risk as low as possible. And this one's not looking the best. It's going to get knocked again.
Order filled.
Whoa. Why did it do that? What the fuck?
Order submitted.
Someone rewind the stream. Did I have the wrong order type? What the fuck? I had a buy limit? All right. Well, that's not the best. Obviously, I have a stop now. Who knows? Maybe that accidental buy is going to be my best trade of the day. Remember, folks, when it comes to the world of trading, it's far better to be lucky than it is skillful. It is far, if you could pick luck or skill in the game of trading, pick luck every single time. I'm telling you, folks, pick luck every single time if possible. Let's see if I'm actually going to get lucky or if this is going to cost me more money. Come on, get going. Get going. It's having the worst time at 720. The worst time at 720. It also might be a 10 a.m. reversal, which is what I'm trying to be mindful of. Come on, take out 720 one more time. One more time. You could do it. Wrong way. Red's wrong. Red is wrong. Red is wrong. Fuck. Come on. Bounce out of here. Is it just going to randomly knock this one? Do I want to give it to the 72, this dip here at 949? I'm a little in my head about what's about to happen at 10 a.m. I'm a little bit in my head about what's going to happen here at 10 a.m. All right, we're trying to break 720 again. All right. Okay.
Order canceled. Order
My
submitted.
orders are slow today. Something's going on with these orders.
Order submitted.
All right, we're managing the two positions independently. We're getting some slow orders. Protection, obviously, there. Remember. That is the key to this game. The key to this game. Go Tonto. Go Tonto. Go Tonto, come on. Get this breakout above 40. Get this breakout above 40. Come on, you know you want to pop.
Order submitted.
Come on. Let's do this one for America. Dude, wait, it's Payday Friday. Why are we not jamming out to some music? What am I doing? What am I doing? All right. All right. Which one? Do we have any requests? Well, let's start it off with a little Vicky Volatility, and then I'm taking requests. Wait, that's not the Vicky Volatility. This is the Vicky Volatility. This is what gets the market going, folks. Come on. Get your lighters up in the air. All right, brother. All right. No risk. No risk. We're fishing. We're officially fishing. We're going for that great white. Come on. Break 50. Break 50. Come on. Come on. Come on, Vicky.
Don't know why, but it feel like my world is crashing down. I just bought that dip, now it's smashing down. How much margin
We did get above 7,100. Of course, it could always retest it high or low. I'm looking for the expansion up to 125. Why 125? It is a large gamma level with the follow through to 140. Watching 125, watching 140. 140 on SPX is a bigger gamma level. Options flow, S&P 500 looking good. Mag 7 is flat. Nasdaq recovering. Shit. If I move one of my stops up to that low, it would erase my loss. That's probably the smartest thing I could do. Okay, so I'm being early, but it's a free play because I accidentally got that one anyway. So if the closer stop hits, it will erase my loss. So we're looking good. I think that's the right way to do it. Risk is the number one thing you should care about. Red on the day, if that knocks, covers my loss, which it's close to knocking. Come on, bounce out of here. Get out of here. Don't knock it. Come on. Get back above 50. Take out 50. Come on. Get going. Get going. Get going. We got to pay for Payday Friday somehow. New all-time high. New intraday high. Incoming. Come on. Come on. There we go. New all-time high. Let's get this pop to 80. Lock in 1.6. That'll put me up net 1K. And then I have the runner for free. Come on. Nasdaq trying to climb. Mag 7 is flat. S&P 500 just got a flow alert. That could actually be problematic for me because it could represent a large player taking their profits. It might be this call buyer stopping. So I got to be more careful now. Hopefully there's a little bit of a follow through. And when I say little, I mean a 20-point follow through. But I want to be clear that I've structured this in a way that I'm fine. One is at break even. The other stop is to erase my loss on the day. When I say keep your losses small, today's a perfect example of it. I took a losing trade. I got lucky in a trade. You get more lucky if you are keeping your losses reasonable and you are trading with trend. Those are the two quickest things you can do to improve your luck in the market. Is keep your losses as small as possible and trade with trend. Your luck will magically skyrocket. Whoa, this is not... Hey, no one listened to Benson Boone. Why was I not... That's going to get us DMCA'd, motherfucker. Where was the playlist? It was because I wasn't on the playlist. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, let's hope that flow alert does not cause problems for me. Let's hope the flow alert... It is trending down since then. This is as predicted. The flow alert popped off right there. And since then, a little bit. So it can base. I'm just hoping it makes it base and goes. I'm just really hoping we don't want to retest 100 before going to 25. And I would love that push to 25. And really, I'd like to follow through to 140. But we are currently stalling out a little bit. Come on. There's a wall at 75 according to Bookmap. There are sellers right here. Come on. Which honestly, that means I should update mine either to 70, or if we're going to break, I might as well move it up to 90, but there's not much of a point of having it at 80. There's just no one's at 80. I either need to front run that resistance and get a fill, or if we break through, find out what the next level is. But 80 doesn't make the most sense at this point. Do I want to move it up to 43? Come on, how do I want to play this? Do I move it up to this shelf? Because that would guarantee going green on the day. I could move one stop up to there and one to there, so that'd be 600. That would be, okay, I'd be up 800 guaranteed on the day if I do that. Right now, I'm carrying no risk at all. One stop's at 600, which covers my realized loss on the day. The other one's at break even. So if there's a crazy just like dagger right now, my accounts are break even. I'd be locking in 600 on this particular play, erasing my loss. So I'm just managing. The sellers at 75 are starting to pull their orders a little. It's not as dark red as it was. So they're pulling theirs a little. Interesting. Is there going to be any follow through here? Come on. Come on. Take these guys out. Sitting sell orders at 73 and 75. Now there's more at 73. 74. I don't know. Whatever this is. 74. All right. The next test is 74, 75, which is about 8 points higher than the all-time high, aka the intraday high. What are your thoughts? Should I lock in one at 70? Or do you guys think I should let this break and go for 88? What's chat? Chat, this does directly impact you because I need to pay for Payday Fridays. How do you think I should do this? How do you think I should do this? Matt, your first TP at $7.99. Let's work it out. If not, you will lose nothing. That would be a pretty sick trade in all reality. The issue is on some of these accounts, I need to stop at 3K. I'm doing the math. Some of these I need to stop at... Fuck. Actually, how do I need to do this? I need to treat these accounts separately. How do I want to manage it? Well, it might not matter. I think it comes into play right there. Why did we get smacked at 75? Well, that's exactly where those sitting sellers were. There's now buyers at 50, but we ran into resistance and they did not pull the orders and there wasn't enough selling aggression to get through. But I am at the point where I need to if we get this fill at 88, I do need to start thinking about the consistency rules from the various firms. TPT pros, I can run up as much as I want. TPT evals, I can run up to 4.5K. Legends, I can run up to 3.5K. Tradeify, I could run to 3.6. FFN, I can run to 3. But actually, that might not matter pretty soon here. This is a dip. We hit that 50. We got the fill at 50. They did get the fill there, according to Bookmap. And now we're on the struggle bus. Fuck. Come on, pull out of this. Get back above 50. Ooh, not good. The S&P 500 flow just took a sizable hit. Sizable hit right there. At 1010, someone sold a bunch of calls and someone bought a bunch of puts, and the delta got torpedoed for a second. Hopefully it can bounce out of this. And if it can, that is good for me because then I can move my risk up. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's be a little bit more risk conscious today because I wasn't yesterday. So if this stop gets hit, it puts me net green on the day, and then I still have a freebie. So, I mean, it's not that far away. It's a good chance of it getting hit because I'm aggressively moving it. But I think from a risk-reward perspective, it's the right way to do it because I still have the free contract. There's no risk. Come on, get going. Come on, get going. If it can take out that 75 level, there were quite a few sellers there. Let's see how. Remember, the S&P 500 is going to be controlling more of the story. We're at 115. We still have meat on the bone. There's still 10 points of meat on the bone, and I would actually argue there's even more because of 140. So this is like that little just like appetizer entree to 125. We have a real shot of 140 today. It's just a question of, is it going to be happening now or is there going to be a pullback? Come on. Remember, we're doing Payday Friday today. We're going to be running it pretty much right after I manage this trade. We are giving away 10 free prop accounts. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. Shout out to TPT. Shout out to Vanquish. TPT is for futures. Vanquish is for options. Code Goonie will get you a sick discount on both. And the 10 winners of these prop accounts, we're going to be putting you in a marble race. And then the winner of that race... Fuck. Oh no, my trade copier's all fucked up.
like a fucking mess. I was one bad trade from a margin call meltdown. Lost it all fast, now I'm spiraling.
Order canceled.
One dumb bet, now I'm out of the game. But I'll be back next week. Still ain't learned a thing.
395, 395. My shit is out of sync.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm back to where I need to be. Orders are good, accepted, working. Okay, they're all good. They're all good. And it's on all accounts, right? Like if I pick it, okay, they're good. Okay, we're back to where I need to be. I was messing around with the copier and that increasing the stop from 30 to 42 to 43 did not persist to all because I was in the middle. That's kind of what happened to me yesterday is I started treating the accounts differently and I forgot that I had like hanging orders and not everything updated appropriately, which also means I don't have the profit target.
Order submitted.
Okay, now we're fully back to where I need to be. Come on. And then when that hits, once ideally, knock on wood, 88 hits, and then I could start managing all the accounts separately. Let's go. We're jamming out today. Come on, lucky MILF shirt. Let's go, brother. Come on, where's that follow through? Where's that pumpity pump? Not cool. Having that issue at 75. And now there's people at 80. Not many, but there are people trying to sell at 80. Come on. Recover. Recover.
Order filled.
All right. That's unfortunate.
Order canceled.
Can it bounce out of here? So that put me net green on the day. All right. We're playing today smart. I'm not going to do what I did yesterday. We knocked out. I was down 550, so now I'm up 100, but then I'm also guaranteeing 1,000 on the day. So no matter what, we're locking in 1K per account. I'm happy with it. Obviously, if it didn't wick lower, I'd be better off because it's seemingly bouncing out of there. But hey, I'm giving myself a fighting chance. I think this is the best way to handle risk. And this is pretty much exactly what I wasn't doing yesterday. So if it knocks me out at 41, like I said, it guarantees 1,000. I'm already net up on the accounts. That's a good day. Sometimes you want the market to give you more, and it's not always going to do that. And not that I need to, but if I wanted to, I could keep trading. If this gets knocked out and there's another setup, like I said, I think there's a real good chance of SPX hitting 125, of hitting 140. It's just there also could be a turn. We could come back to VWAP. We could come back to the 50%. That's all possible. And I just don't want to risk the chance of it doing that and then not bouncing. There could just be random profit taking. It's Friday. It's OPEX. Crazy shit happens. You should assume the worst case scenario. And for here, I'm willing to say, okay, I might be wrong if it goes to 41.50 because it's maybe pushing here. Yeah, that's totally possible. And also that all my accounts are at $1,000. That's a good Friday. It's a good Friday. It's coming for me. Here we go. I'm giving myself a fight. How lucky is this shirt?
Order
Apparently not that lucky. Bada boom, bada bing, locked in 1.1 K per account. Remember, there's some carryover on the FFN. That's not exactly right. Great first day to the live loose. Look at that. Boom. Actually, this is why you be reasonable. Assume the worst case situation. We just vomited 35 points for it to pop. If I had an order arbitrarily here, it would have knocked out for it to just come back to this level, and then I'd really be losing it. Sometimes you just have to assume worst case situation. The best traders just focus on risk. I know I sound like beating a dead horse saying that time and time again, but that's what they do. And I say to myself all the time, because sometimes like you get a little bit out of sync with your psychology and you start doing dumb shit. And that was me yesterday. And then today I like have Post-it notes all over my monitors. It was my mantra this morning when I was crying in the shower. It's what I've been pitching to you guys, and it paid dividends. 1.1K locked in on however 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27K locked in. 27K locked in. Could it have been more? Maybe, but you can't hold yourself to the standard of, oh, imagine how much I would have had if I played it perfectly. You don't know in real time if you're playing something perfectly or not. All you know is, are you managing your risk at a reasonable level? For me, that was a reasonable level. This dip could have kept dipping. If I was degenerate and holding my stops at break even at 700, would I have more money right now? Yes, I would. But who knows? Like, if I show you this right here, if I just freeze this right here, who says this is going to stop? This could easily have gone to 710. Worse, this could have come back to 50% IB, knocked me out. I got no money on the day, and then it bounces anyway. Or, of course, it could just keep vomiting, and then I could go further into the hole. In this particular scenario, the buyers did step in. Yeah, that could happen. But at least I secured 50 points, $1,000. So it did hurt my new pro accounts a little bit, but I hope with my new mindset that I'll be fine anyway. I really do. Someone said, can I see flow? Yes, hang on. Mag 7 looking decent. Nasdaq just took a hit. That was probably part of the sell-off. S&P 500, I'm going to reload it, probably took a hit. Whoa, it's a little slow to react there, brother. It also took a hit. So right there, you never know if it's going to keep going. And even this, it's actually showing a little bit of weakness now. This is its first, second, third lower high. It looks like we're going for a VWAP. I'm really, I actually don't know if there was a better way to manage it. Yes, there is an argument when I said, oh, should I get out at 74? Maybe I was being a little bit optimistic of 800 because I knew the pre-market high was 818. So 800 was an ideal in my mind. So I was kind of looking at 788 to front run it by 12 points. That's coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, we could have easily busted through 75 and gone up to 800, hit 18. I was going for that. Maybe I was getting a little too excited, but whatever. Half the time it's going to hit that. The other half the time it got rejected right there. Like, you can't fucking cry over it. You can't fucking cry over it whatsoever. That's more like 35K on the day. It's not, because right here, these 7 PVs, the FFNs, that's overstating my gains because there was a rhythmic data issue. So there's an extra $700, $600 carried over from yesterday. So I know it says realized P&L, but rhythmic did have issues overnight. So the FFN is up the same amount as the other ones. I know it says 1.8, but it's actually up 1.1 like the other accounts. So I made 1.1-ish K per account. Matt, does Icarus trade on prop or your own accounts? Well, as of today, you guys just witnessed my first live Lucid trades ever. I'm officially live now with Lucid. This is my first day ever with it. Huh. Let me just show you. Right. I just trying to be as transparent as I can. Lucid Live, Lucid Live, Lucid Live, Lucid Live, Lucid Live. As of today, I started account balance 0, trading day 0. Today was day 1. Day 1, success, 1.1, 1.2K per account. So these are live. These trades on all these weirdly numbered accounts, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, that's all like actual live hitting the market, not simulated anymore. These are all live, truly funded accounts. Well, on that note, what's Lucid Live balance? 1 point. Am I blocking this? Today was literally day 1. So it's what you see right here. 1.2K. I'm up 1.2. What does it mean actually hit the market? Like the trades are hitting the market. Like you could go to Bookmap and see my trades hitting the market. It's a live account, like a truly funded account, not a sim funded account. How much buffer do you need to do on live? It depends on the account you started with. I think I start with 4.5K worth of buffer because I had the 150K accounts. I'm a little confused by the rules. I either have 4.5K of buffer or 4.8K of buffer. I have one of those two. We're on a little bit of the struggle bus right here with SPX. Actually, SPX is holding well. It's the Nasdaq that's having a bit of an issue. I think that was pretty close. 14 and 12. That's a pretty close test to VWAP. Hang on. I'm just seeing if I want to buy this dip or not. I don't think I do. S&P 500 is holding strong, but the Nasdaq is, I can see it. It's just getting hammered on Bookmap. Someone is hitting the market sell side pretty hard right there. All those red bubbles, that's aggressive sell orders. Red, 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 red. And now it turned right into buying. Little bit of a mismatch between the SPY and the Nasdaq. Let's see. Makes it easier if you stick to your plan. Yes, exactly what I didn't do yesterday because I had winning trades, made a silly order mistake, and then I lost accounts, and then I got tilted because I felt psychologically as if I was owed that money. But surprise, surprise, you're not owed shit in this game. And then I ended up chasing it. It just like didn't end well, which is a tale as old as time. Hang on. Depending on if I make this trade or not, we might be ripping Payday Friday soon. So if you haven't already, like, retweet, and follow so you can enter this giveaway for free. For free, everyone. Like, retweet, and follow. We're giving away take profit accounts, which I just got a payout of $14,000 on, and then Vanquish as well. That's for options. TPT is for futures. So if you want to trade with futures, 40% off, no activation fee. The beautiful thing about TPT is when you get funded, there's no consistency rule, and you could get daily payouts. It is one of 2 firms I trust that have that type of a setup. So as a trend following trader, if that is your strategy, it is beautiful. Potential 10 a.m. reversal. It's literally 10:30. So no, maybe an IB reversal. But shout out to TPT and shout out to Vanquish. Code Goonie will work on both. Are we reversing here? A little bit of consolidation, higher lows, lower highs. Options flow, SPY is not looking the best. Nasdaq is trying to pick up. Mag 7 is continuing to show clear strength. Momentum, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours all bullish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour is all bullish. Damn, I'm getting really tempted to go long here, but I'm not. The signal gets like really close to firing. I know it's getting close because I'm the one who coded it, so I know when it fires. and I'm doing some quick mental math.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Okay, so risking $350 of the 1.2K already locked in. One contract, doing it properly this time. That is a stop, so I also have the proper order. Playing this potential breakout. Remember, when you're looking at a breakout, you have a 50-50 chance. You might be thinking, Matt, if you have a 50-50 chance, how do you win in that scenario? Well, it's when your risk is way less than your potential reward. And then you're just hoping that that particular trade, you're in that 50% of luck. Oh, the question here is, do I want to risk 34? Or do I want to risk 24? What risk? Or do I want to risk 29? Do I want to give it a little bit more room? 70. Obviously, once we hit 75, I'm going stop to break even. That's the all-time high, the intraday high. All right, let's see how I can play this. If this play does well for me, if this hits, I'm done on the day. I'm putting that out there. I'm putting this into the universe. If I can get what I want, the break is 75, the test of 800, the test of the pre-market high, 818. Actually, technically, that's the all-time high if you count pre-market trading. I'm going to be done on the day. It's a Friday. I don't need to sit here and grind out every minute candle. That's just not going to be good. I did that yesterday, and it ended up costing me more money. So if I can get out while the getting's good. All right, fuck it. No risk. No risk Friday. We're putting risk management top of mind. This either goes and I make money, or it doesn't go, but I'm at exactly where I was. Break even. I know there are many people out there telling you to not trade this way. I know there's many people saying, whatever your risk is, stick to it and never update it. To me, that is one of the fucking most dim-witted possible things you could ever do. The market is dynamic. Every single trade, every single bar is a new piece of information. Why can the market be dynamic, but then your trade's not dynamic? If the entire mechanism that we're looking to take advantage of is inherently always new pieces of information, why would you not be using those new pieces of information to manage what you're currently doing? This idea of like everyone admits that the market is dynamic and it does this, that, the other thing, but then all of a sudden when you get into trade, you have to be stagnant. You have to be like, nope, this is what it's going to be. I just don't agree. And maybe you do. And maybe that's how you want to trade. And honestly, if you're making money, if you're net profitable, don't let me stop you. There are many strategies. There's many ways to make money in the market. But if you are a person who trades and you're not doing so well, you're not net profitable, you're not as profitable as you want to be, well, maybe, just fucking maybe, you should switch it up. How does your free trade work? Based on Icarus. Icarus is an entry risk management system that I built out from data mining, intraday data from the Nasdaq. And at certain points, it says, okay, at this point, statistically, it is smarter to either get in if I'm not in a position, or when I'm in a position to get my risk to break even. But it's riskless. As in, worst case scenario, I get knocked out for break even. And then if I get lucky and it rips, okay, I get lucky and it rips. I'd be locked in and we broke it. Yeah, I'm watching 800.
Order submitted.
I just need to double check a level here. Okay, the pre-market high is 817.75. If I can get this fill at 815, I am a happy tiger. I'm one happy MILF. We just need to break 800. If we can break 800, I have a real shot of this popping and overextending and getting my fill. Once again, it is riskless for me. This will happen and I will make $1,270, or it doesn't happen and it costs me nothing. So I'm either making another $20,000+ because I'm trading this, or no, $30,000 because I'm trading on almost 30 accounts, or just nothing. Like, those are the two options. Either no sweat off my back, or I make a shitload of money. That, like, the fact that more people aren't trading this way, it honestly blows my fucking mind. if you can reasonably get your risk to nothing, why would you not take it? Oh, brother, are we going to get knocked at 800 first? 800's a big level. I can see that there's quite a few sellers there, right there. Look at that red patch. I was hoping for the cheeky little pop above, but apparently that's not happening today. Apparently that's not happening today. But once again, it could happen, or it could come down and knock me out. Come on. Pop out of it. Maybe 75, turning from resistance to support. 75, we had a big struggle session at 75. Will 75, aka the initial balance high, will that actually turn to support? Come on. Get back above 85. If we can recapture 85, I'm feeling good about that test of the 800 level. And then from there, I want to see a test of the all-time high. Come on. Come on, brother. Remember, after this trade, we are doing Payday Friday. All you have to do, freebie. It's a free giveaway. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. Like, retweet, and follow. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. We're giving away take profit accounts. TPT, one of the best in the game. No consistency rule. Daily payouts. 40% off. No activation fee. Code Goonie. Those are all my accounts right here. All the take profits. I have some pros. I have some evals. And then if you are interested in trading options, that's for Vanquish, 50% off with code Goonie. And of course, if you want to trade with me, GoonieTrading.com. Education, mentorship, great community of great traders. We do giveaways in there. We do things like March Madness and fantasy football. Just like, it's a cool community of cool people. Or you could have taken the 800 and made 24,000. Yeah, but you never know where the market's going to go. You're basically saying you're confident that that's the high of the day. I'm a trend following trader. As a trend following trader, you are not trying to pick the high. If you pick the high, that's awesome, but it's a lot more of guesswork than anything else. As a trend following trader, you're either looking at major levels, whether it's gamma, technical, psychological, but to just get out at an arbitrary level, you don't know. What if the trend keeps going by 100 points, by 200 points, by 300 points? As a trend following trader, you're going to get knocked out of the trend a lot for no money. So the times that it is trending in your favor, you need to stay in to pay off those small losers. Don't be thinking about it as the one individual trade. Think about it as the succession of trades. The big runs are needed to pay off those losers. That's the only way to survive as a trend following trader. You don't want to do one of those things where you take your losses, and then you finally see green and you take it just because you're seeing green. No, the math of the situation is sometimes you know those big green ones to pay off potentially the times you get knocked out, like I did this morning. What if you're not cool? That's all right. We'll teach you how to be cool in the Discord. And actually, I'm thinking about moving this up here. Oh, so you were saying 800 because you were literally looking at the top tick. Oh, so you're saying you knew it would top tick at 98? That's just the silliest way to approach trading. I'm so tired of people getting stuck in that mental loop of Monday morning quarterbacking of like, oh, if I played it perfectly, I could have done this. You're never going to be able to play it perfectly. If you are holding yourself to that standard, you're always going to be disappointed in trading. All you can do is get the meat of the move. The best way to get the meat of the move is always respect your risk. And if it trends, it trends. If you think the trend's breaking down, get the fuck out. So for me, this is a fair chance for you guys to be critical of me. You're saying, Matt, if you're a trend following trader and you want to get the meat of the move, why do you have a profit targeted? Why? What if it trends past? Like, there is a 50% chance that we bust through 815. We could rip to 900. We could rip to 27,000. That is fair. That is a fair criticism. For me, I'm considering the larger picture. First of all, we have to run Payday Friday giveaway. That's obviously important. I care about you guys. Number two, I'm thinking about my day yesterday. Yesterday, I felt as if I was overextending, doing silly things that weren't necessary, and I just wasn't proud of that performance. So I'm putting myself a little bit in the doghouse of saying, okay, you have some good money. Let's be respectful of that, and like maybe we don't have to like really sling it today. So like I said, psychologically, I'm a little bit in like prove it to yourself mode. So I'm considering that. So we have Payday Friday. I'm thinking about my trade performance from yesterday. I'm also thinking about the fact that it's a Friday. I'm thinking about the fact that it's a Friday, and I don't want to go into the weekend somehow fumbling this. If I can lock in, what's that? 1.2 plus another 1.2. That's boom, done. Who fucking cares? Why am I giving you guys an explanation as if I have to fucking explain myself? I'm rich, bitch. Why would I explain myself to you fucking losers? Here I was trying to be a nice guy, explain my mindset. I don't fucking care. Money, funded account, funded account, funded account, funded account, eval. All funded. Funded. Actually better than funded. Live money. 2.5K times 5, 10K locked in day one funded account. I say funded. Live accounts. Legitimate. Fuck you guys. I'm not explaining shit. I'm rich. Rich people don't explain themselves. If there's one thing I know about being one rich MILF is I don't have to explain shit. I fucking got out, took my money. Fuck you guys. Fuck the market bears. Fuck the dark pools. Fuck all the naysayers. You think I have to explain myself to you? You think I have to explain myself to you?
You getting mad?
Oh.
I'm getting rich. You getting mad? I'm getting rich.
You think I need to explain myself? I'm rich. I don't give a fuck. If you think I made the right move, the wrong move, I'll tell you what kind of move I made. Hang on one quick second. Whether you guys want a Monday morning quarterback or not, I'll tell you the kind of move that I just made. Let's put this in context. I started trading at 9:30 this morning. It's 10:40. So I was trading for roughly an hour. Let's see. Let's really put into context anyone in here who wants a Monday morning quarterback. Let's put into context real quick. Why not? You know, what's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt? What's the PNL? Let's put it into context. Poor? Can't relate. Yeah, you might as well just get out of here if you're poor. We don't want that. We don't want that rubbing off on anyone. Don't forget humble and good looking. I'm the most fucking humble and I'm the most fucking good looking. This is what I should have been doing. Oh, dude. Meant to be. Just a nice little 69,000. Just a nice little $69,000. You heard it here first. If you guys want mentorship from me, my hourly rate is $69,000. If you want me to show up to your party, to your birthday, to your funeral, mentorship, I even do parent-teacher conferences. If you want me there with you at your kid's parent-teacher conference, just know my hourly rate is $69,000. You might be saying, but Matt, isn't it $69,212? No, I'm giving you guys a discount because I like you. I like you. So if you want to talk to me about trading, about the war in Iran, about how Israel controls Hollywood, parent-teacher conferences, I'll be your lawyer. I'll come to you and represent you in court. I am for sale, $69,000 an hour. DMs are open. I'll become an ordained minister. I will run the function that is your wedding. Do you want a divorce party? Are you trying to tell your wife you need a divorce? Are you trying to tell your husband you need a divorce? I'll be there for that. $69,000 per hour. And obviously the lowest billable increment is 15 minutes, just so you guys know. Will you read my screenplay? Dude, I am yours for an hour. I will shove my feet in peanut butter and do whatever weird shit you want. Just understand $69,000 an hour, lowest billable increment, 15 minutes. Well, now that we did that, now that I proved that I'm the best in this entire fucking game, what are we doing now? Oh, Payday Friday giveaway. Folks, you have about 2 minutes left in your life to get involved in this one. Like, retweet, and follow. 10 prop accounts, 5 from Take Profit, 5 from Vanquish. Special note on TPT. They are looking at the amount of signups today. The more people who sign up today, the more accounts we can give away next time TPT is the sponsor. You will get a fat discount using that code Goonie. 40% off, no activation fee. What's so nice about TPT is on these pro accounts, daily payouts, no consistency. I can take this 2.4K out right now. I could take out this 2.4K right now. In fact, I just took out $16,850 from them last night. It hit my bank account after the 80-20 split. My bank account this morning already $13,480, all daily. It is daily payouts, no consistency. Technically, I mean, they are the sponsor, show them a bit of love. But just so you know, you can do pretty much a similar thing on Tradeify. It's not daily payouts, so it's not as good, but there's no consistency, which is really the nice part. So shout out to TPT. I'm trading on Legends, a little bit more on them next week. I should be getting I got my first payout of the year from TPT yesterday. As long as I don't fumble the ball with Legends next week on Monday, I just need one trade of $250 and I should get my first payout from them ever. I still have never got my first payout from Tradeify. I've gotten 4 payouts from FFN, 3 payouts. I'm working on my 4th. I need to get another $5,000. And then these are live accounts. So these are daily payouts. I could do this whenever I want, but technically I think I need to fill out the buffer. So I'm just trying to give you a breakdown. I'm not going to fuck up like I did yesterday. All orders are canceled. I had a hanging order yesterday. I forgot to do this. It was the worst thing ever. There's no orders. There's no positions. I am completely flat. I am done on the day. $69,000. That's how you milf out on a Friday, folks. Take notes. Make sure your kids are listening. Take me to school. Take your kids out of school so they can listen to me. I don't know what else to do. You saw it all live. No one else does it the way I do it. No one else does it the way you guys do it. And we're going to be running this Payday Friday giveaway. So I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to like, retweet, and follow. And in the meantime, we're going to get it running here in the Discord. So it's free for everyone. If you're in the Discord, you can double dip. Giveaway. Nope. Wait, isn't it just giveaway? At giveaway? Is it Carlbot? Is it / giveaway? It's / giveaway. Maybe. / giveaway. Create. Duration. 3 mins. Winner. 7. Prize. Racer. All right. Okay. If you're in the Discord, enter. That's running. You have 3 minutes. And then obviously we're also going to be picking people from Twitter. We're spreading the love. And why is it so quiet? Let's get a little music, guys. What playlist do we want? Should we celebrate with? Dude, how lucky is this shirt? I told you guys thought the Buffalo shirt was lucky. After a bad day, I just like to cuddle up in this MILF shirt, and man, oh man, I actually don't know if there's a trader in the world who could perform better than I do when I'm wearing this shirt. You guys might be trading and you might be like, oh man, like I'm making money, I'm losing money, but I'm not really exactly where I want to be. The best thing you can possibly do, I know prior to this, you could be like, but Matt, you said it was risk management. Kind of. Because the real best thing you can do, and if you don't do this, like you should probably do it this weekend, you have to get a lucky shirt. I know that like risk management and sticking to my plan, a lot of people, and I've done this myself, I'm guilty of this, have cited that as the best thing you can do to be a profitable trader. I'm telling you, that's all good. I'm not against that stuff. But if you want to bring it to the next level, get yourself a lucky shirt. Get whatever speaks to you from a metaphysical sense. Get yourself the luckiest shirt ever. Mine happens to be on me right now. I've given you proof that it works. What else do you need? What else do you possibly need? I'm just telling you, folks. Sometimes it works like this. What was I doing? Oh, Twitter picker. Nope, that's wrong. Twitter picker. This one, we use the second one. I need this link. We need this. We don't need that. Twitter, retweet. Winners 3 at Matt_Kohrs. No. All of you are allowed to enter. Any minimum followers 0. So we're not blocking anyone from it. Let's get a little bit of music going. It's a party. It's a party Friday. All right, cool. That's going. How much more time? on Discord. You have 21 seconds left on Discord. And so that means we can run this, and we can run this now. How do I run it? How do I run it? All right, drum roll, please. Running it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, who are 3 of our racers? We're picking 3 of the 10 right now. If you see your name here in a couple seconds, you already won a prop account. Congrats to you. It is Whitetail Addiction, Jeremy Jackson, and Ravi. All right, open link. I don't want to lose you guys. You are in the race. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So those are 3 of our competitors. You already got a prop account, and you might be getting $150 of cold, hard cash. Now, for our winners from Discord, our other 7 competitors right there. Hang on, let's get the snippet tool. We have Sakalak, Scott, Tenshi, YouTube's other Matt, Chief, No Shoes, Pete, and Aaron. Good old Aaron, just bringing it in, bringing us home. All right, we have 10 of our racers. 10 of our racers, 10 of our racers. Let's get the game up and going. Hang on one second. What's it called? Steam, right? Steam? Is that the name of the program? Steam. All right, folks. Now that you know who the 10 competitors are, who are you betting on? If you guys had to bet your entire net worth on one of the 10 people just listed, who do you think is ready for this race? Who do you think is ready to take on this particular challenge? Maybe before you cast your vote, you might be interested to know what one we are on. We are going to be racing on... endurance test. Feels like it's going to be a long one. All right, let's get our names clear. We need 10. All right, we have Sock. We have Scott. We have Henshi. We have other Matt. We have Chief No Shoes. We have Capital Pete. That's very important. We have Aaron Decker. We have Aaron Decker, and then our 3 people from YouTube: Whitetail, Jeremy, and Ravi. Whitetail, Jeremy, and Ravi. Okay, these are our competitors. Good. They were all just picked. We have that. Bots, cool. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, folks. All right, let me clean some of this stuff up. We don't need that. We don't need this. I just want to make sure the programs aren't going too wild. Wow, dude, they're buying the New York Stock Exchange like crazy today. All right, cool. Let me make sure I have the right Payday Friday song. New Marble song. Ooh. Oh, let me pause it. I want to make sure you guys can hear it and you're going to listen to it. All right. So new Payday Friday. All right, before we get going, in case this is your first time, let me explain what's going on. Before you have 10 of the fastest marble racers in all the land. These folks have been practicing. You might have heard of the enhanced games. What you see on the screen is the enhanced games. This is steroids and PEDs on even more steroids and more PEDs. These are not only the fastest racers in all the land, but they are nothing but grit and perseverance. And they know one thing today is true. The only thing that matters is winning. We are racing marbles prison style. There are no rules. The only thing that matters is being the first marble to cross the finish line. Not only is there $150 of cold hard cash on the line, yes, I will be footing your bar tab for this weekend, but more importantly, eternal bragging rights. You will be going down in the history of the Matt Kohrs Show victors. Really, it's kind of a green jacket, masters type of a thing. You will be in a special club of victors. No one can ever take this away from you. So yes, the cash is a cool thing, but what's cooler than that is you will go down in history. Books will be written, and you might be one of these gladiator champions. So with that in mind, before we let these racers do what they do best, who are you guys betting on? You know, I know many of you are here to actively wager a lot of your money day in and day out. So I need to know, if you had to put it all on one of these 10 competitors, who is it? Scott, Sock, Chief No Shoes, Ravi, Aaron Decker, Jeremy, Tenshi, Whitetail Addiction, Pete, or are you going to opt for other Matt? Who are we looking for? Ooh, early votes for Whitetail Addiction. Early votes. Okay, Chief No Shoes is getting some votes. Pete, Scott, Ravi all day. Whitetail. Most votes are going for Whitetail Addiction. You guys must be feeling good about the hunting season. Must be feeling good about the hunting season. All right, with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Do not blink because you might miss the entire thing. We are going in 3, 2, 1. All right, we are going. Who's going to get the first drop? Whitetail Addiction was leading. Aaron Decker and Jeremy. Scott's in there. And honestly, Whitetail might be getting the first drop, but Tenshi is there. Whitetail and Tenshi making the first move. Let's follow them through the funnel. All right, Whitetail, he's running like a gazelle in the plains, making the first move, opting for the left path. Tenshi, second place, going for the right path. Sock is in third, going for also the right path. It is Whitetail and Tenshi, neck and neck, left and right, yin and yang, cold and hot, and Whitetail continuing to hold. Will he get through the first obstacle? No, loses the lead. Tenshi gains the hold. Whitetail running right into a fence. Unfortunately, that did cost him. Let's see if it has an impact on the final results. Pete coming out of fucking nowhere. Pete, congrats on using the performance-enhancing drugs because they are paying off. How did you pull that one off, brother? Pete, all capitals, somehow leading the race. Tenshi will make a comeback if he had... Oh, Pete cutting through it like a hot knife with butter. Wow, Pete, we're going to need a replay, but we should test him for beaver tranquilizer. This guy is on the move. He's looking like OJ in that Bronco, brother. No one's catching up. Golly. Wow. As evasive as all the billionaires on Epstein Island. Congratulations to Pete. Can he make it through? This is now his race to lose. Whoa! Treating the obstacles like I treat my alimony payments, not paying attention to them. Wow. All right, other Matt trying to make a very strong move for second, but it might not be enough. A little bit too late. Can Pete make this final drop? Pete, the $150 is yours to win. Impressive. That's racing right there. Seconds ahead of even second place. Wow, folks, that's a competition right there. That's racing. That is domination right there. Wow. Congratulations, Pete. Shout out to other Matt for almost being there. Tenshi, Chief, Sock, J-Dog, Ravi, Whitetail Addiction. Scott, dead fucking last. Thanks for joining us, brother. What was he, a stroll in the park? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for Pete there. Some people have called him out. That's awesome. And obviously, shout out to all of you. I appreciate you guys getting a little involved in that. And that was a good race. Dominant performance, clearly, by Mr. Pete. So I'll be reaching out to you. I'm going to need your PayPal information to send you money. And obviously, if you were in the race at all, I'm going to be reaching out to you because you did win something. So you're not going home empty-handed by any means. Obviously, specialty shout out to TPT. If you're looking for a fresh eval today, check out TPT. 40% off, no activation fee, code Goonie. TPT is great. No consistency rule, daily payouts. The more of you that sign up today, we're going to be able to get more accounts to give away in the future. And obviously, shout out to Vanquish. If you're more of an options trader, completely understand. Code Goonie, 50% discount there. Options flow, for those of you who are still trading, we did pop. We're giving a little bit back right now. Mag 7 is looking as strong as could be. I think this dip is to be bought. That Mag 7 is strong. And looking at the positioning, we ran right into 140. That was my target. Well, how close did we actually get? We got up to 137. It's almost as if I called it out. It's almost as if I told you about 125 being the intermediate target. We pop, we pull back, higher low, and then push it right to pretty much the next level within 3 points. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so fucking generous. Let me just put it this way. You've never seen me and Mother Teresa in the same room at the same time. Chief No Shoes up 45K on Tesla calls. That's cool, but you didn't win the race. So which would you rather? I mean, honestly, if you had to pick between one, $45,000 profit on Tesla calls or winning the race, are you really sure you got what you wanted today? I'm not trying to belittle the 45,000, but there's many people who made $45,000 today. There was only one race winner, and his name is not Chief No Shoes. It is Pete, P-E-T-E. So just something to think about. Maybe instead of practicing so hard with trading and backtesting and studying and risk management, maybe you should work on your racing a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more focus on that. Just throwing it out there. Give me that green jacket. Maybe next year. You might be in a bit of a Rory situation where you might have to wait a decade plus. $150 is better than $45,000. Well, it's what the $150 represents. It represents unadulterated victory. That's something you really gotta... You wouldn't understand it unless you've been there. You wouldn't understand it unless you've tasted that sweet, sweet nectar of victory. Look at that. Netflix trying to make a comeback. Still down by quite a bit, though, 8.5%. What else is doing well today? What else is doing well? S&P 500 all-time high, SPY all-time high, Q's all-time high, Russell, I believe that is an all-time high. I'm pretty sure it is. So the three major indices we pay attention to, all-time high. Bitcoin climbing up, nowhere close to the all-time high. Rum climbing up, Nvidia up, Tesla breaking 400 at 406, looking beautiful. Apple popping, Google holding green, Palantir finally popping, Meta popping, Microsoft finally popping, Netflix bad earnings, TSM trying to hold green, Avago looking green, Oracle trying to hold green, ASML popping, AMD red, interesting, Amazon popping, Coin popping up 7%, MicroStrategy up 15%, so a little bit of a crypto bid going on. VU is pumping. VU is literally SPY, like they're tracking the same thing. HUT green, DJT green, Texas Roadhouse nicely green, TLT bonds up a little bit, gold up a little bit, silver up nicely. Across the board, bulls are in control. Folks, what a perfect note to kind of conclude today's festivities on. It's a beautiful Friday. The success of today has nothing to do with the economy, the situation in Iran, or really anything that you might on the surface level think is impacting the market. It's exclusively because I'm wearing my luckiest shirt of all time. If you are not doing well today, it's not you. It's not your trading. It's not the markets. It's simply because you don't have enough added luck into your trading system to be successful. It's not your system. It's not the market. It's not Trump. It's not Iran. It's not Israel. It's not Russia. It's not China. It's not earnings. It's none of that. Your homework this weekend, if you have not done it already, is to get yourself the luckiest shirt of all time. My situation was looking perilous this morning, and yet I still made $69,000 because I have plus infinite luck. I have plus at least 69 luck, and I proved that to you all today. Congratulations to the 10 winners of today, and specialty shout out to Pete, who won the whole shebang. I will be reaching out to all 10 of you today for your payouts. If you want to show TPT and Vanquish a little bit of love, do so. If you want to trade with me, be mentored by me, trade in the Goonie community, GoonieTrading.com. There's a contact page if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. But most importantly, to you guys, the entire community, I fucking love you. You guys are the best community on the entire internet. I know sometimes you put up with me, sometimes I put up with you, but that's when we get the magical mixture that is the Goonie community. So I'd be remiss to not tell you guys how much I fucking love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you had a phenomenal trading week. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you're ready for a hopefully sunny, warm, resting, relaxing weekend. We're going to be posting content today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then streaming once again on Monday. As I said, I hope you fucking crush it. Thank you once again. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Peace.